Well, Bruce Willis is on one channel. It's Mandela. Mandela is getting ready. People of the world is getting ready to say goodbye to Mandela. Nelson Mandela of South Africa. Okay. This is from channel 279 CC News update from Asia, because I don't get CNN anymore because I'm a poor person. I can hardly even afford what I get on dish what I'm paying for now. I had to cut out a bunch of channels, and including CNN. So I get my news from all these other channels now that from different parts of the world. So this one is from Asia. CCTV News. Expressway pileup kills 8 in southwest China. Central African nation. The French are in Central African nation through a mandate from the United Nations. Hello, I got a phone call. Hello. Yeah, I don't know. People call me and then they hung up. They just want to hear the recording, and then when I answer, the few times that I answer the phone, they hung up. They don't want to talk to me, really. So I don't even answer the phones anymore. Okay, another person that calls that just wants to hear the recording. Alright. So, there it is. Egypt in transition, top Muslim Brotherhood members on trial. Also talking about Iran, and the Iraq nuclear reactor. Okay, and that's Egypt, and here's a movie with Bruce Willis, which is called Unbreakable. Interesting film. Not a lot of people might know about this film. It's really, really interesting film. From the year 2000, Bruce Willis, Samuel L. Jackson, and Robin Wright Penn. The sole survivor of a horrific train crash, questioning his existence, finds counsel in a mysterious stranger, which is, I believe, if I remember the movie correctly, is the little kid. The boy actually understands him, and he understands the boy. I think I saw it. I saw it sometime. I've seen this song before, maybe not too long ago, maybe a couple of years ago. I don't know. I've seen it before. They don't show this movie very often. It's a very, very interesting film. It's about psychic phenomena, what people see and stuff like that, about things that can happen somewhere else when you don't, so anyway, I'm ready to sing this song, Reloj, from originally from Lucho Gatica. Here's an interesting part here, because he thinks he can spot a person in the crowd that is going to commit a terrorist act or an act of violence against a bunch of people, right? So he thinks he can spot the person that's carrying the gun or whatever. There's going to be a shootout. He had a vision about a shooting, I think, if I remember the movie correctly. And there's Samuel Jackson next to him. So now he starts looking at everybody, and he thinks that he can spot the person that is going to commit the shooting. So he goes a little berserk here. It's an interesting part of the movie that I caught here. I did not know. Okay, another movie is the other channel is Venezuela mayoral elections. Ruling coalition wins most votes. So I guess that means Maduro and whoever. Okay, so I'm getting ready to sing this song, Reloj, from Lucho Gatica. I believe that he was the original singer of the song Reloj, now made very famous and very popular more recently by Luis Miguel. It's one of my favorite songs, and it talks about, when somebody dies. The song doesn't mention this because maybe that would be a little too macabre. So the song just sings about somebody who's living your life, all of a sudden and forever, I guess, and this is your last chance to be with a person. But I can't think of the way that he sings it. I can only think that it has to do with necrophilia, that's what I thought, but really it's just They just wanted to be with a dear person, with a beloved person when they have died. That's how I see it. And you don't want to part with the, with the corpse or with the person. You just want to hold on to the person. Now, when Jose died, he was actually kept in the morgue until the final arrangements were made, because we had a lot of problems. The parents or the mother or even the sister, I think, wanted to come, and they were not allowed. They were not granted the visa, so he stayed in the hospital, in the morgue, for about a week. And to complicate matters further, when somebody dies of some infectious disease, the corpse cannot be transported back to many countries. Back then, probably even now still, the law still says that you cannot, it has to be practically, foolproof to be able to transport, and it's very expensive. Even if you were able to do it, it would be a very expensive casket. So usually what happens is that the person cannot be transported, and that's what happened. And the only way to do it was the only way for his remains to go back to Brazil was to have him cremated, incinerated. So finally, the mother did not agree to the cremation for religious reason, I believe, or whatever. I don't like cremation myself. I like burial. That is how Jose ended up being buried in Miami. He was not allowed to go. He could not go back, because to go back would have been only in ashes. And now I remember why. Now I remember that he died before. Yeah, sometimes I get confused with him and Diego. But Diego actually died 22 February 1996. So it was a year later. So they knew about cremation after. Diego was actually cremated because he specifically asked his mother, Betty, who is now back in Brazil, if she's still alive and she hears this, he specifically asked her, told her really, not to bother with burial, because he did not want her to have to worry about visiting him in the cemetery. He wanted to be anywhere that she wanted him to be. So he wanted to be cremated, and his ashes spread right where they lived, right in front of the condo where they lived, and that's what they did. Now she's gone now, so she doesn't even have. I don't know if she kept ashes for herself in an urn, but that's where the ashes were spread mostly, I think, if not all of them. And some people like to spread them out to sea and things like that. I prefer burial, but that's. Anyway, that's why he's buried in Miami by Jackie Gleason. Okay, so I was thinking, I was just talking about 7 minutes already. I've been talking for 7 minutes, and you haven't even seen my face. Okay, so this is what if you have been Jose or Paul Walker, if that is possible, appearing to me about 4 hours ago. Well, 5 hours ago now, I think. About a little over 4 hours, less than 5 hours. About 4:23 in the morning or so, as I wrote. This is what you would have seen, because I haven't even washed my face. I probably should have washed my face, but I just wanted you to see what I would have looked like to you if that had happened to you. This is what I saw. This is what they would have seen, I should say. Okay? So, this is one of my favorite songs. Again, this song is very. I love this song, but especially the way that Luis Miguel sings it. RELOJ. So I'm gonna sing it for you, because I tried to post the song from Lucho Gatica and with a comment, and it was actually censored by Google. So if you want to read the comment, it's in Flickr. But once again, the comment was censored by Google. So here I am. I'm gonna sing the song. And I'm here. I'm wearing my green shorts. Yeah, I guess my belly's about the same. Even though I don't eat bananas anymore, I hardly eat bananas anymore. Okay, my. Maybe it's a little better, because I've been it's cooler again, so I can actually ride my bicycle again. Yeah, it was so hot that I couldn't ride my bicycle because I was told in Miami I was too brown from Miami and from Florida, the Sunshine State. I was too brown because I went there complaining about little moles and stuff on my face, so they prescribed me some very strong prescription, I think only suntan lotion, which you can only get it with a prescription, the one that they prescribed me, and because they say that I shouldn't be getting so much sun, but I live in Florida and I ride my bicycle. What am I supposed to do? Well, I started avoiding going at certain hours, so I tried to go early or late. Okay, but anyway, let me sing this song because it's 10 minutes already, and here I am. I keep talking and talking and talking. So the point was to sing this song Reloj because, like I said, this is very dear. When somebody very dear to you has died, you don't want to say goodbye to the person. You just want to hold on to the person. And by the way, I kept when Sabrina, my cat, died, and she died 12 February, another 12, now 21 and 12. Another, yeah, 12 February 2010. I've talked about this before, so I'm not going to say anything more about it. But here's the song Reloj from Lucho Gatica. Okay, so let me sing it now, and then I'll post it again without any other comments, so that let me lower the volume so you're going to hear it in the background so I can read it, right? I can read it. The guy upstairs is going crazy, pacing back and forth. I can hear him. Really insane, living like this. I'm leaving this place. I'm not staying here. I hope this year. I hope that this will be the last year that I live here. Unbelievable that they would allow a building like this that you can actually hear the person upstairs walking all the time. And then he actually does it on purpose. He just makes noise like crazy. Okay, here it is. Let me sing. Let me start it again. Reloj from Lucho Gatica. Okay, it's 12 minutes already, believe it or not. I just talk and talk and talk. Okay, Reloj for you, Lucas, Luke Bracey, and the world, man. Dedicated to Memoriam Paul Walker and also Paul Crouch and Roger Rodas, and now Nelson Mandela. All these people, as far as I know, even Roger, I don't know if Roger Rodas has been buried yet, but we are all waiting for final arrangements for Paul Crouch, for Paul Walker, and for Nelson Mandela. So we'll be hearing more about it this week. I think they're all going to be buried this week, believe it or not. In 1 week, all these people are going to be buried. And everybody's been talking about this all over the world. So, okay, let me start it again. Here I start again. Okay. Reloj. Yeah. There's the clock. The clock is ticking. You don't want the clock to tick. Reloj. No marques las horas, porque voy a enloquecer. Ella se irá para siempre, ella, él, ellos, ello, cuando amanezca otra vez. No más no queda esta noche para vivir nuestro amor. Y tu tic-tac me recuerda mi irremediable dolor. Reloj, detén tu camino, stop your path, porque mi vida se apaga. Ella es la estrella que alumbra mi ser. Yo sin su amor no soy nada. For you, Lucas. Detén el tiempo en tus manos. Haz esta noche perpetua. Make this night perpetual. Make it forever. Para que nunca se vaya de mí. Para que nunca amanezca. Imagine having a corpse with you forever. That's necrophilia. And even Sabrina I kept for about 3 days, and the girls did not want her anymore in the house. I poured oil over her and stuff like that. I tried to prepare her with oil so she will be fragrant for long, you know. I tried. Reloj, detén tu camino, porque mi vida se apaga. Ella es la estrella que alumbra mi ser. Yo sin su amor no soy nada. Detén el tiempo en tus manos. Haz que esta noche perpetua, para que nunca se vaya de mí. Para que nunca amanezca. He doesn't want the dawn to come. He wants the night to remain perpetual, forever. The dawn not to come, so that she will not be, you know, out of his, you know, away from him. He wants to keep her forever. That's what that song is about. So I tried to keep Sabrina, my girl, my cat Sabrina, for about 3 days. She stayed, and even the girls started hissing at her and me. They wanted her out of the way because, you know, cats have an instinctive reflex to try to keep anything that would attract any predators that will endanger them or the kittens and the whole group, I guess. The litter. So yeah, that's what they do. They don't like to, you know. Cats actually sometimes the cats are notorious because when they're going to die, they actually very often they go away from the rest of the other cats, especially the kittens. If they're gonna die for some reason, the mother will usually just go away from the kittens. So her dying doesn't endanger the kitten. Hopefully somebody will find the kittens and she's not dead, and then calling, you know, attracting the predators to the place close to the kittens where they will be killed. They'll be in danger. So yeah, cats are actually notorious for doing that. And so they didn't want the Sabrina anymore in the house. I didn't want to part with her. I would have kept her 4 or 5 days, but you know, I say, well, 3 days is usually a customary thing that people keep a vigil over the dead. And with good reason. I don't know, people don't realize it. I hear about people being cremated immediately or being buried immediately. Very often people would open a tomb later on, a year later, 2 years later, and they would actually realize that the body had moved. So this is a fear. This is a fear. So you want to make sure that the person is dead. One way of doing that would be to keep the person around for like 3 days. A vigil at least for 3 days. You can't keep the person much longer than that because at that point you have to really start, you know, preparing the cadaver, the corpse, because otherwise that's when the body starts decomposing. But 3 days is usually customary. That's, I think, normally what people have done. It's a way of keeping a vigil over the body. You know, if something happened, the person is in some kind of false death. You know, you want to make sure that they don't wake up. That will be a very horrific. That will be a horrific event for sure, right? For that person, yeah. And people know that this actually happened because they would open the coffin and then they would find that the body had moved in the coffin. Very, very horrible thought to have. Okay, so today is Monday, the 9th of December, and I had a very vivid dream. last night that I just described. So if I talk about the dream here, it'll be 20 minutes, 20, 25, 30 minutes. I could be talking about this for a long time. It's already 19 minutes and 43 seconds. So I have to cut it here. Otherwise, it'll get truncated, or you might not get to see the whole thing. Okay, so today is Monday. Remember Vega. Vega is 25 light years from Earth, but 800,000 years to travel there. So I've said that before. And today is Monday. This is in memoriam Paul Walker and Roger Rodas and Paul Crouch, and now Mandela also. So they're all going to be buried this week, I think. By the 15th, I think they're all going to be dead by the 15th. The 15th, they're all going to be buried by the 15th, which is Sunday. I don't know if any of them will be buried maybe Monday or the following week, maybe the 16th, 17th. But I don't think any longer than next week. They have to start making arrangements. Okay, bye-bye. So today is Monday, the 9th of December, 2013, and the tape is 20 minutes and 40 seconds and counting. Bye-bye. For you, Lucas, and the world. Bye-bye.